Hey folks, Jonathan here. Alright, so last night I made it to pick up this other truck, and I didn't have the camera with me, so I couldn't film the other Freightliner over there. It's a Freightliner white, but I think I'm going to have to go back and tow it for the guy that bought it, possibly. So if I do, I'll do some video on it. But anyway, it was a 1970 model, and it's painted up just like my Freightliner over there. No different. So this one here, this is a 1981. It's really nice the way it's set up with them slides on top of the frame. And it's actually got a slide in the center too. So that would actually work good on a trailer. But 24.5 tires, 1100 big ones. They're not low profile. I think these are all caps, but the tires don't look bad, but they're, I don't know, it almost looks like it was close to a fire. There's a lot of chunks and stuff out of them. It's weird. I don't know. It's even worse on the other side. So I did notice one thing about this truck when I got it. Looked back in the tunnel and you could see the engine was really, really clean. And I wasn't sure why, but I think I figured out why. This is actually a 300 Cummins. And if you can see it, it's got a reman tag on it. And it's clean as can be now. So I have a feeling that they don't have a lot of miles on it after it was put in anyway. So we're gonna see if we can get her to fire up here, hopefully. So we're gonna check the oil and take the air filter out and check it, and take the two batteries out of the Freightliner and stick them in here and see if we can get it to start. Now we got a key for this one, and of course a clean title. And this is a CO 9670, and it's got XL series on it. So not real familiar with them, but it's not terrible shape. There's a couple of new dings and dents. This thing came from Hope Mills, Atlantic Dominion Distributors. So I'm not familiar with that company. And here's what I was talking about on the tire. Yeah, I don't know what causes that or why it's like that. It's just rough as can be. Hopefully you can see that on camera. But I don't know. You know, they're not good enough that I would want to take them off to, even though the tread's nice on them, they're not good enough that I would want to take them off and put them on the Freightliner. I think we'll see if we can source some new tires for it. But like I said, the main thing is we're going to get a couple batteries in it and try it. Let me jump in there and I'll show you how wonderfully clean this is. Nothing like the Freightliner. It's kind of dirty in there, but of course I've seen worse. Now, like I said, we do have a key. This one's got a Clarion AM/FM cassette player instead of I think the Kraco in the other one, somebody said. So the last fuel sticker on this thing, right here where the dent's at, was 08. That was the newest one I see. So I would assume that it's been off the road at least since then. And it looks like it anyway. So we got enough fuel, I think, in it. I may drop it down because it's not a bunch of fuel in it like in the other trucks. So it's all going to run to the front of the tank. So I think we'll let it down with the wrecker and just see if we can get this daggone thing to fire up. Hopefully everything works out good and it'll start. Now I don't really have any intentions of keeping this truck, so it will probably just end up being sold. And like I said, there's good paperwork with it, so somebody will want it. All right, folks, here's from the back. Pretty clean, don't look bad. Someone's done a little work. Looks like we got some newer pipe on it. Yeah, I don't see any bad issues, but we're gonna keep at it here, see what we can get figured out. You know, 1981, you sure wouldn't think that has been 40 years ago. That is just crazy, but it has, so that's the way it goes. 1981 vehicle. Huh. Here's an antique. That'll make you stop and think a minute, won't it? All right, get some batteries in this thing, we'll see what it does. Okay folks, I got them in there and nothing sparked, nothing blew up, so far so good. So I'm gonna get it set up, and then we're gonna see if we can start this thing up, try to start it up. So the oil's good, the air filter's clean. I get the nuts and the bees and anything else in the filter out of it, and make sure it's clean, no obstructions or anything. You don't never know, because sometimes maybe somebody would remove the filter, and if they take the filter off, then that leaves it open for anything to get in there. And I know I had an intake off one time tube, and I found a bunch of mud dauber nests in the turbo in on a DT466. Some of y'all may have remembered that. All right, let's see what happened. Pressures. Air is already up to 90. That was quick. Bolts are good. Oil pressure 75 at idle. Engine temperature is not up, of course. Doesn't look like we got a tach working. Yeah, it's working. Well, it's moving. It's not working. Do some work on that for sure. Alright, so we got air. This thing's a mess in here. I don't know what we got living in here. I don't like the sound of it leaking through there. Got air pressure still. Put it in gear. Goes in gear. Let the clutch out slowly. Oh, there we go. Button out up, clear at the top, but it's working. Yeah, I found this in there. That was weird because it says 1977 International. So I went straight in and checked my title again and checked it against the VIN numbers of the truck, and it's definitely an 81, and somebody just put an older model manual in it. You know, that company could have had a bunch of trucks too. Well, it might be an extra set of keys. Got International on them. But right here, that key switch, that's working now. Must be the contacts was rough in it, or shut her down. I got hit in the chin with a wasp, but he didn't sting me. And there's his nest. Let's get rid of it. Alright. I'm sure there's more of them in here. Alright, key on. There we go. Alright, so we gotta get the throttle figured out here. Yeah. Yep. So let me get that figured out. before we do anything else. And we're going to see if this thing will move. Maybe we can try to drive it. Ooh, nice loud horn on it. Wait, we need to... Oh, we got no stereo either. That's just terrible. I don't know how I'm going to listen to George Jones. Where that linkage is sticking at, but here it is. Yeah, there's a place there. Let me hit the throttle and see if it stays. Oh, I can't even push it by hand. I guess I'll get some spray and we'll just start spraying them joints first. Let's see what's wrong with it. Definitely can't drive it with a throttle stick, and I don't want it to pull a Detroit on me and stick wide open. That wouldn't be good. Alright, so we got it lubricated and sprayed. Just working it back and forth now. We got a spot it on the stick. That's it. Got her enough. I think she'll be alright. Let's try it. Alright. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's try it. Well, key problems again. Yeah. Much nicer. Tach's working, but it's just not working right. That ain't 2,000 RPM. We got 50 pounds oil, well, 60 pounds oil pressure running. Temperature gauge has moved a little bit, but it's still close to 100. We say it's charging good. Air's still up. No problem there. Showing almost half tank, but I don't think it's that. I don't think that's right. Because it sure looked like there was less in it. Okay, these are air windshield wipers. Left one works. Right one works. Got a crack in that windshield too. It's leaking some air. That had to be addressed. Alright, I think we're good to go. I think we're going to move my pickup truck and see if this thing will move. Our steering's working real good. I like that. Nice. Alright. So I think we got two of them stuck on the far side. This side's moving, I believe. The brakes are stuck on this. I've got the air on. so we should be releasing. I hear a leak over there. Yeah, that tire was spinning. So this side. So I'll get a pry bar and see if we can get a hold of them brakes and get them loose. All right, as you can see, we've got Scott's trailer. Here's the tongue. Got it chained to a tree so he could get out from under it, because you know he's still got to work. And got his trailer flipped over. So this was this trailer weighs 24,000 pounds, so it's not a lightweight by any means. And you see these I-beams are huge, so needed a little bit of welding here and there. There's a few bolts missing. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try to deck it while it's on its side, which I think is going to be a lot easier than trying to deck it, because these low boys, you can't get under them. And so we had decided that this was the best way of doing it. Just flip everything up on its side, get all the work done while it's here. I think he's going to put a couple brake chambers on it and go on and do everything we need to do to get this to get it right. And then I mean, it's not in, you know, terrible shape or anything like that. We're just trying to make sure it's all updated and right. He's eventually going to paint it. And like I said, we put a new pony motor in it. We've got a few little things we need to do to it. And but it does a, you know, it does a good job for what it is. And anyway, so I've got my trees tied up here for a little bit, but I don't think the tree is going to break. So I think we're all right. All right. Shoes where they're stuck to the drum there. A lot of times you can get in there and pop them loose. Hopefully they'll come loose and we can see if we can get this thing to move. I'm going to take the air off and chalk the wheel, all that good stuff before I go too far. All right, folks, we had to fight with it for a while. We dug a couple holes, but I think we got it now. Huh. What a pain. Sure didn't want to move. But we got her. Let's see what she does now. The fifth one locked, which is not a good thing, and I couldn't keep the air pressure up. And I don't know if it was it leaking or what, but this brake chamber on this side, as you can see, I caged it. That's the cage bolt in the back of it. For some reason, that it's a brand new brake chamber, or it looks new, but it wasn't working. And for a while, these wheels were spinning, these ones weren't. So after I buried it, I had to pick it up the underreach and move it. And then once I uncaged the brakes on this side, I was able to move it back and forth enough to get this side to free up. After I had pried on the brakes to get them, trying to get them free. So I spent some time doing this, but you know, it's worth it to get the truck to move anyway. This thing's a mess on this side, and you know, I was wondering why the window wasn't rolled up, which was kind of weird. And I realized there's the window. So it's definitely gonna need a window on the passenger side. And after playing around here a little bit, I think the truck's well worth fixing. It actually drives really nice. It drives better than the Freightliner. The steering's a lot nicer. Seems to shift a lot better. So I don't know. I am an international man, but I sure like that Freightliner. Maybe I'll talk myself into keeping this and selling it. I don't know. I appreciate everybody watching, and till next time, bye.